I decided to do another craft today. I picked up a few items today while I was out shopping last minute. And I'm so happy with what I got. I went to the Dollar Tree and the Dollar General. And I had a craft in mind. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But I think it's going to turn out real nice. Okay. So the supplies that you're going to need. Oh, I need to tell you what we're going to make. We are going to make an luminary for a candle. So for all those that are getting gifted candles this year, I got one tonight. It's absolutely gorgeous. Smells good. But I might want to use that candle, you know, this summer. And it is beautiful. It's got snowflakes. I already got it lit up. My sweet daughter-in-law got this for me. It's beautiful. In case you're wondering what scent this is, it is Midnight Snow. Okay, so I may want to use it, you know, as a warm weather. It warms up a little bit. It'll probably be gone by then, but anyway, it's the thought, okay? The thought is actually that at some point you're going to find a candle smell that you absolutely love, and it is not going to go with your decor whatsoever. So that's why an luminary is so nice to have around, okay? You can customize them to match your decor perfectly, okay? And they're excellent gifts. And they're one of those crafts that can be fairly inexpensive and can go up to, you know, $30, $40, whatever you want to put in the frame. When I'm able to craft for a cheaper amount, I'm absolutely thrilled, and those are some of the things that I look for. Okay, so at the Dollar Tree today, I found these frames. Okay, and I have a lot of black accents in my living room, and I absolutely love silver. Okay, so I thought these were cool. They were just $1. Someone mentioned on a craft site that things had went up to $1.25. Maybe they're $1.25. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just in your area. I really don't know. I didn't pay any attention. I never look at the receipt. And these amazing, beautiful frames I got at the Dollar General today, and they're $2.50. So your project's going to cost a little bit more. Okay. The ones with the black frames you're going to be able to make for under $7. So these would be double that. So you would be able to make this for, let's see, I don't know. We'll just have to see when we get there, because I may do something different in here, okay? But it's at least going to be double, okay? So along with the frames, my Dollar General had some amazing stuff. They were out of a lot of stuff today, but it just so happens that there was quite a bit of crafts in the ones that I needed. So look at this. These are rhinestones, and I've already cut this. I actually got 2 full sheets of this. They were $1 a piece. These are for scrapbooking, and you're going to find this section in my Dollar Tree. It's right next to the frames, okay? So these are for scrapbooking, beautiful rhinestones. And the fun thing, or the best thing, should I say, is that they're adhesive. So that means no glue. You just peel and stick. Ooh, love it. Okay. So the next thing that you are going to need your trusty glue gun. And mine. Anybody else have a glue gun that looks this bad? It works. That's all I can say. Okay, so you're going to need your glue gun, a couple of extra sticks of glue. You're going to need a pair of scissors. And that's it for this project. So, here we go. Oh, you're going to need some Windex. The glass is dirty where they've set them on the shelves, and quite frankly, I couldn't get these really clean enough. let me back up on that. I got them clean enough, but I can still see like a film on these, and that's okay because the adhesive rhinestones have a glue backing, and it really, really sticks. Okay, so it covers up that film, but you do want to clean them so that your rhinestones stick well. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the backing and the paper and the glass out of the frame. Okay, there's the front of my frame, here's the back. Now these frames all have framing staples. Okay, and I was a framer at one time in my life, and so I know exactly what these are. And so I'm just breaking them off. If you had a pair of pliers, that would be the easiest way. But I'm just bending them back and forth. Okay, doesn't take that long, and I'm not risking splitting the frame. This is a funny story. Okay, I lit a candle, and I was kind of playing around with the project, what I might like to do with it, and I leaned 2 picture frames up against each other, and I stuck them over the candle. Well, when I did, I got too close. Okay, so the project we're doing, you're not going to have to worry about that. Alright, so put your frame to the side. Take your rhinestones, and I have already cut 1 row off the top of these because I knew that that worked out for what I needed. So lay your backing. I don't lay the paper because it's too thin. I actually lay the little cardboard backing on top of here, and you want to get it exactly even. So if you have to trace around the top, trace around the top. Anyway, mark that with a pen, whatever you have to mark it with. Put those over to the side and cut. Now, if your frame, mine just so happens to fall right in between these rhinestones, okay? Obviously, you cannot cut through them. But what I will tell you to do is, okay, we don't need to do this yet. You're going to have to trim around them. I shouldn't have, I didn't have to trim around these, okay? I did just then. You're going to have to trim them because we're going to embellish the frame around it a little bit too to hide some of their glue seams. So, there's something on my glass already. Okay. Take your glass. Now, I've messed these up already. One I've messed up already. These have adhesive on the back. I think I've said that a couple of times now. And that adhesive is strong. So when you put your piece down, make sure you have it exactly where it needs to go, because it's not coming up in one piece. Now, I didn't get enough for any extra to cut another sheet and start all over again. So what I did is when I pulled that up, 1/3 of the adhesive stuck. Okay, so I rubbed a little Elmer's glue. I pulled it all back up, took off all the peeling glue, and I rubbed a little bit of Elmer's glue over top of it and stuck it back down, and it's going to turn out fine. Okay, would I suggest that? No, don't do it. Do it right the first time. Don't be a Karen. Okay, so lining it up, And I started from the top this time, and I'm just going to take it down the side. Make sure it's right. Yep, smooth it out. Okay, these are so pretty. So pretty. Okay. So now we have a diamond studded piece of glass. And we're going to take our glue gun and go on the edges. I've got a lot of drips here. On the edges where the frame fits, where the glass fits back into the frame. Okay, and I haven't been this messy on the others. Okay, if you have any glue on the outside of that frame, on the edges, go ahead and take your silicone finger. I just took my finger. The glue had cooled down enough where I could touch it. Go ahead and wipe that off, because when you put this glass in here, it's going to be harder to get off. Okay. You want the rhinestones to turn to the outside. And there's a reason for that. Rhinestone side, back of rhinestones. Okay. So I got some little glue strings hanging. I'm going to clear those off. Now, my frame is a plastic one. I'm not sure if they sell, you know, metal or wood or whatnot, but I'm going to go back over, just like you would run a bead of caulk. I am going to run a line of hot glue. Okay, don't need it. Around the edges of my glass. And that's just to make sure that it's sealed in there right. Okay. Now, there's the one frame. And I'm going to show you, well, this needs to cool down for a second. I have silicone fingers. I just so happen to not have them inside. I have them in a building. Okay. So you may see me get burnt. Don't do this at home. Okay. If you've ever been burnt with a hot glue temp gun, it is not pleasant. Okay. Okay. And the only reason I did that was I'm in a hurry to show you guys how to get this together. Now, here is the rest of the box that I have already put together. And when you put these together, you're going to need two sides of the frame on the inside. Okay, see what I'm talking about? Two sides of the frame, that's these two, are attached to this frame that's on the outside. Okay, so my next one is going to be on the outside as well to even it up. Okay, so I'm going to run the glue. Make sure you get a pretty good bead. You don't want it to seep through. So I just run kind of my glue gun back over top of it to kind of spread it. I guess that's the reason my glue gun's so nasty all the time. Okay. So taking that, now make sure you get these really even. Shouldn't have any problems lining them up. And as I say that, I'm going to have a problem. Okay, line them up. Press your glue down. If you're wearing your silicone fingers, catch that. That's seeping out. Okay. Now that seam is not pretty. We're going to fix that. It's not horribly bad, but the better that you can make your project look like it was manufactured, the better crafter you are. Okay, so here is our seam, and this is how we've covered that. Okay, also I ran it across the top. So now we're ready to put our beads on, our rhinestones on. And okay, these things you need to trim when you're doing your embellishments on the outside of the picture frame. You need to trim these really, really, really close to the rhinestone because they have a netting, and otherwise that netting is going to stick out like little strings. Not going to be as nice. Okay. Oh wow. I said you could not cut through these. I was wrong. These are not little jewels. These are actually like tin that's folded into a diamond shape, or like a little aluminum or something like that. So be careful cutting up against them. Okay, so I've got my box right here. If you guys can see, I'm gonna run that across the top. And these should almost match up themselves. Okay. But if they don't, let me look and see if I've got it straight. A little crooked. You can slide them around a little bit when you first put them on. But once you mash them down pretty good, mash, that's a southern term. Once you press them down, then they're not as easy to move. Okay, and then you're going to have that icky glue residue and probably lose the glue backing off of them, which you don't want to do. Okay, so I've got a couple left over. Let's see, I'm going to need those down on the sides. Now, I noticed that when I was clipping these earlier, you can't help but picking up that adhesive on your scissors. So I had a couple of pairs of scissors laid here, and I've got it on both of them. And you just need to, you know, kind of wipe it off every now and then. Guys, this is just my second tutorial. See, I stutter. I probably started it like 4 times before I decided to just go with it, because there's going to be mistakes left and right. Okay, so right here is my seam, and I want to make sure that that is covered. Now, one strip of this is not going to do it, but that's okay, because they're really easy to add on to. Okay, I'm going to trim it there at the top too. I love these. I'm going to have to go get some more for some future crafts. Okay. Now I run mine up to the very top to connect. So that means that it's bent a little bit, okay? And I run it right down that seam. And I'm trying to show you guys, and I'm hoping I got it right. Yeah. So if you get to the top here, you may want to reinforce that. Mine seems to be sticking fine. You may want to reinforce that with a little hot glue. Be careful, okay? Because those things are tiny. So, on my sides, I have decided that I wanted 2 rows. Now, the top I just put 1 for a couple of different reasons. One was I was afraid I was going to run out. Okay, now I've got enough adhesive on that, it's not going to cut. And these scissors are not going to cut as well. I just so happen to have a 3rd pair of scissors. Oh yeah. Okay, these are my Dollar Tree scissors, by the way. I don't know about you, but I love the Dollar Tree. I always start there, and of course, Hobby Lobby is a given. I call him my adopted son. He is not. He is my youngest son, his best friend from like when they were 8 or 9 years old, and I've known them that long. And we love them just like we love our kids. So he got me some gift cards for Joann's. I'm excited. Can't wait to see what I can go over there and get. So I'm wearing some rhinestones there. I know I've said this already, but I am just... I've used these before, but never on a craft like this before. I am just so tickled that these work out so well. I've done scrapbooking. It's been a long, long, long time ago. I loved it though. So right here at the end, there is a space that I need to create. And what you can do is, those have a little bit of netting as a spacer. So you can actually push them up 1 or 2 up to make the room that you need to get that other one on there to get full coverage. Okay, so that is the first row down the seam. So I am going to start working on my second row. Okay, make sure you get them where you want them before you really, really press down on them. Okay. Oh wow. I've got 1 strand left. Is that all I have left? Oh wow. Okay guys, I'm gonna be short. So that means don't buy all these up until I get back to finish my project. I need to look and make sure that I didn't leave any laying anywhere because I thought that I had enough. I have enough. 2 sheets. If you do the 4 by 6, okay? Hope you guys like this project. I think it's pretty cool. My husband asked me earlier, he was like, did you just make that up? Yeah, I wished. Luminaries have been around forever and a day. Okay. So this is the picture frame that I had to stick a little bit of glue on the back to where I messed up that adhesive. So I've got a little bit of glue on the side there. That is Elmer's glue, washable. Your mother ever do that to you? I used to do it to my kids. They hated it. Yeah. And of course, I might gift this. I might not. Mom, if you're watching, I wanted to give this to you. I may have to start over with another one. Now I'm kind of stuck giving it to her on a... No, I am never stuck. We can always create more. Okay, here's my other side. Guys, I'm talking to the camera just like I would do if I had somebody here holding a conversation. I'm not crazy, I think. Maybe I am. I am gonna have to stockpile these. I just... These are so fun. Literally so fun. So my plan is to have some friends and some family over. I have a teenage niece. She's very artistic, loves to craft. We spent last week making lanterns. If I can get her on here, I'm going to bring her over here and show you guys how to make the star lanterns. And if I cannot, I am going to bring my other niece, who is 5, over to do a craft. The lanterns are a little bit more complex, so we'll have to find a craft for her to do. She'd probably like doing something like this, and this would be something that your 5-year-old could do with supervision. The glue gun would be the biggest thing. So my scissors are getting goopy again. That's okay. We just have this last one to go. Okay. Press them down. I don't know if I press those down good enough. Okay, guys, one more strand. We're done. I think we are. So here's what happens when the scissors get all gunked up. They start pulling at the paper. Okay, so I just alternate because it gives that glue time to dry up, I guess, a little bit. So I think I mentioned that it's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve here. And I'll keep my decorations up until after the first of the year. And then I will slowly start taking them down. And I hate it because I love the lights, the ambience that it creates. There's just nothing like Christmas. To me, fall, I love to decorate for fall, don't get me wrong. But I think it's just the tree lit, the mantle lit up, you know, all that stuff. And some of you do trees all year round. I think that's cool. I've done that before. It was a long time ago. And let me tell you, by the time fall rolled around that year, I was over it. Okay? So I haven't done one since then. But I worked on my patio this year, and I put some string lights out there, and then I wrapped the poles that the string lights are attached to. I wrapped those with miniature outdoor lights, you know, like Christmas tree lights. And I'm going to keep those up all year. I'm going to be that neighbor. All kidding aside, lights are beautiful. Why shouldn't we be able to enjoy festive things all year round? So, here is our Luminary. Okay. I think it's gorgeous. Pics don't do it justice. Now, do you guys want to see it with a candle? How about that? I like it. I hope you like it too.